What's up, guys? We just got back from doing some wheeling in Moab. Everything was going great until we unfortunately found the one major design flaw with the Bronco. It was our first day out in Moab. Halfway through the trail, we managed to snap our inner tie rod end. We learned the hard way that the Bronco tie rods have a tendency to snap right at the threaded portion of the inner tie rod. Our friends over at JKS Manufacturing have an affordable solution to this problem. The JKS tie rod sleeves are designed specifically for the Bronco's factory inner tie rod ends. This affordable piece of equipment supports the tie rod from bending or breaking. If you're a new Ford Bronco owner or you're thinking of getting a Bronco, stick around and we'll show you how to install these simple but effective tie rod sleeves. Get your shitty cart with some tools on it. I like to get this little chair here because I'm a lazy bastard. Oh hey, didn't see you there. The tools you're gonna need to do this job is a torque wrench, a 7/8 wrench, 19mm wrench, a 14mm wrench, a 21mm socket, and a ratchet or an impact gun. All right, so we're gonna take this nut off the tie rod end. We're gonna use a 18mm socket and a 1/2 inch impact. You could also use a 1/2 inch ratchet to do this. All right, next, you're gonna take a large hammer and hit the knuckle right here to pop the tie rod end loose. Just like that. So now you're going to take a 14mm wrench and a 19mm wrench. You're gonna hold the inner tie rod with the 14 and break loose the outer tie rod with the 19. That was aggressive. Now you're just gonna spin the outer tie rod end off, being careful not to move the jam nut because you're gonna need to take a measurement off of that. Set this off to the side. Next, you're gonna take a measurement from the jam nut to the outside end of the inner tie rod. And looks like we're right about 1 3/4 inches. Make sure to write that down. You're gonna need that measurement. Now we're just gonna spin this jam nut off of the inner tie rod. Disregard this, you'll no longer need this. Next, you're gonna take your JKS inner tie rod sleeve. The opened end that's not threaded goes towards the boot. You're gonna thread that on. Next, you're gonna take that measurement you recorded earlier and measure from the outside end of the inner tie rod to the sleeve. And looks like I eyeballed it perfectly somehow. 1 3/4 inches, right about there. Next step is you're gonna put the outer tie rod back on. All right. Next, you're going to reinstall the rod end into the knuckle. Next, you're going to put the 8mm nut back on. Take your impact with your 18mm socket and tighten this back down while pushing on the rod end. And then you're gonna come back and make sure this is torqued to spec. Now you're gonna take your torque wrench set to 46 foot-pounds and tighten this nut. And the last step, you're gonna take your 7/8 wrench and just snug up the sleeve. Now we're gonna switch over to the driver's side and do the same thing over there. Yeah, that motherfucker's tight. A larger wrench. I totally just hit myself right in the forehead. That did not feel good. Don't do that. And you know, it's funny, right when I was about to do that, I was like, I might hit myself in the face. This is not smart. Then I did it anyway. That's it.